It was a lie. Trump never assaulted Eugene Carroll. They put his reputation over facts, the one they destroyed. And now no one trusts them. What does this mean about the future of the mainstream media? Yo, welcome back, guys. Glad to have you, man. Yo, let me know what you guys think. We got a couple of articles to break down, but has the mainstream media gotten way too comfortable using manipulation tactics and framing devices to push a certain perspective? Can they even recover from the reputational damage that they've inflicted to themselves at all? You guys let me know what you think in the comments, guys. We got a video to break down. They use words that they shouldn't be using on YouTube, so I gotta cut it short, but it's a good introduction into the situation, guys. Let's check it out.
We have breaking news. ABC News and George Stephanopoulos have reached a settlement with President-elect Trump in his defamation lawsuit. The network agrees to pay $15 million as a charitable contribution to Trump's presidential library. ABC and Stephanopoulos will also issue statements of regret as an editor's note to the March 2024 article and television segment that prompted Trump to file the lawsuit earlier this year.
Yo, man, $15 million. That's quite the expensive mistake, man. Yo, you guys notice how they chose this picture for this dude, right? They could have picked a screen cap where he was in the middle of a sentence saying a word. They could have made him look like a fool if they wanted, right? But then why'd they choose a pic of Trump looking constipated? This is like, dude, this is like the framing stuff they use. Dude, especially from this campaign, there's all types of other pics that you could choose for this. Why choose the best and brightest pic you could find of this guy and then scour the internet to find some constipated pic of this guy? I'm just saying, man, those are the framing devices that the media uses, man. That's why I don't trust them, bro. But ABC News agrees to pay $15 million in Trump defamation suit. Fox News Live co-host Arthel Novell reports on the breaking story. ABC News host George Stephanopoulos ordered the news about the network's massive settlement with Trump on his Sunday show. Fox News Digital first reported on Saturday that ABC News and Stephanopoulos agreed to a settlement to avoid a costly trial over Trump's defamation suit against the network and anchor. The news of the settlement, however, failed to appear on the ABC's This Week. Instead, Stephanopoulos focused on stories about unidentified drones over New Jersey, ongoing conflicts in Syria, and Trump's cabinet picks. Yo, who is he? This channel? Dude, he also deleted his X account over the weekend. Yo, this guy, this salty fiend. What is he going over to Blue Sky? Is he over at Blue Sky right now? So are we, buddy. Yo, George Stephanopoulos avoided referencing the news about ABC's settlement with President-elect Trump on Sunday. Let's see. Stephanopoulos was the focus of the lawsuit after he asserted that Trump was found liable for struggle snuggling in a civil case against a contentious interview with Rep. Nancy Mace last March. After playing the clip of Mace discussing being a victim and of liable for struggle snuggling, Stephanopoulos asked her, "How do you square with the endorsement of Donald Trump with the testimony we just saw? You've endorsed Donald Trump. Judges and two separate juries have found him liable for struggle snuggling and for defaming the victim of that struggle snuggle. That's not..." Whoa, yeah, we straight up lied. Oh my God. Yo, alluding to the legal victory by Trump accuser Eugene Carroll, Stephanopoulos repeated the claim 10 times during his spat, despite the fact the jury actually determined that the Trump was guilty of something else entirely, in my opinion, a major technicality and the byproduct of the fact that he is sitting there in New York and everybody and their mother has been brainwashed to hate the guy by media that will not stop lying about him endlessly day in and day out, man. Like I said in the intro, man, they destroyed his reputation and they put reputation over facts throughout the whole situation, man. Eugene Carroll is a nutcase and Trump proves it with receipts. Most people think of she has said most people think of struggle snuggling as being sexy. That's what this lady has said. Oh my gosh, bro. Dude, so oh my God. Oh my God, this is stuff she's posted. Sex tip I learned from my dog. When in heat, chase the male until he collapses with exhaustion, then jump him. What the heck, lady? Oh man, in bed, would you rather be called normal or unusual? This lady is a creep. Oh my gosh, this lady is a creep. And in the interview, we're going to get into the interview. Yo, she was interviewed by this host and she started going off about how she thinks struggle snuggling is sexy. And she's like, yo, you real fun to talk to. Yo, man, this lady is a creep, bro. I don't believe a single thing, especially with the way she was going around in the media saying, yo, when I get the money, I'm going to do this. When I'm going to get the money, I'm going to do that. Me personally, I don't believe her. I'm not saying that she's being dishonest. I would never make that claim, okay? Because that would be potentially a legal claim. I'm just saying I don't believe it. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe it. Donald Trump destroyed the credibility of abuse accuser Eugene Carroll in an avalanche of posts in his Truth Social account showcasing a thorough recap of Carroll's prior statements, including her belief that struggle snuggles are sexy. Carroll, an 80-year-old former Elle magazine author, alleged in 2019 that Trump struggle snuggled her in a Bergerdorf Goodman dressing room in the 90s. Trump maintains that Carroll is a whack job who is not my type and denies any of the allegations, insisting he had no idea who she was until the outlandish claims were made. A Manhattan jury found that he was not guilty of struggle snuggle. He was not guilty of struggle snuggle. Yo, this is what I'm saying the whole time. But when the former president claimed she was deranged, she immediately started a defamation suit. Okay, so this is what I'm saying the whole time, guys. All right, he was never found liable for struggle snuggling. This whole thing where they try to say that he's an abuser of some sort, that they're saying that because she sued him for defamation, claiming that she was deranged. Okay, in May 2022, Judge Kaplan ordered Trump to pay Carroll $5 million in damages. Trump appealed appealed and called the case attempted extortion based on fabricated lies and political shenanigans. Last year, Carroll went after Trump, suing him over remarks he made while he was in the White House in response to his struggle snuggle allegations. Judge Kaplan sided with Carroll and issued a pre-trial judgment last year, finding Trump liable for defamation, leaving a trial to determine about how much he will pay. Carroll is seeking at least $10 million in damages, etc., etc. Yo, man, but basically this lady's crazy, okay? And they found him liable of defamation. They didn't find him liable of any sort of abuse of anything, okay? Like, dude, they found him liable for calling her deranged. Pressed by, at least from my understanding, pressed by Cooper on whether she felt like a victim after being allegedly struggle snuggled, Carroll replied, "I was not thrown on the ground and ravaged. The word struggle snuggle carries so many sexual connotations. This was nuts, but it was not sexual." How do you get struggle snuggled if it's not sexual? I'm just wondering, man. I think most people think of struggle snuggling as being a violent assault, Cooper shot back. I think most people think of struggle snuggling as being sexy. Think of the fantasies, she said, prompting producers to cut to a commercial break. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. It's too much. It's too wild, bro. Can you believe I have to defend myself against this woman's fake story, Trump wrote in a response to Carroll's ludicrous exchange with Cooper. Trump also displayed Carroll's mental illness and bizarre sexual proclivities by using her own words against her. The embattled former president posted screenshots of Carroll's posts on social media from over the years, which she broadcasts her incoherent views about anal sex, a sex tip that she learned from her dog, and pornography. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everything interesting on Twitter is about sex, Carroll wrote. Yo, oh my jeez. The sex tip I learned from my dog when he chased the mail yo, bro, it sounds like she's the one that would be struggle snuggling other people, man. Yo, how do you know your unwanted sexual advance is unwanted until you advance it? Yo, no, I'm not getting the rest of this. I'm not getting, no, that, dude, yo, if it started out that bad, I guarantee you that's not YouTube safe. Oh my jeez. Oh my, we know, so she's crazy. She's a crazy lady, man. Don't believe a single thing they're saying about this guy, man. And the media was not afraid to use her as a tool, as a framing device, guys. And this is why I don't trust the media. Harvard Business Review. Why the news is not the truth. News and the culture of lying. How journalism really works. Paul H. Weaver, The Free Press, 1994. Who stole the news? And why we can't keep up with what happens in the world. Mort Rosenblum and John Whitley and Sons in 1993. Tainted Truth. The manipulation of facts in America. Cynthia Crossan and Seaman and Schuster, 1994. The U.S. press and the U.S. government is a corrupt and troubled institution. Corrupt not so much in the sense that it accepts bribes in a systematic sense. It fails to do what it claims to do, what it should do, and what society expects it to do. And also, they accept bribes. Come on, man. You mean to tell me there's not a quid pro quo in terms of journalistic relationships with the people they're covering? You're joking, man. You're joking. For anywhere from video game journalism to cars to tech products to get you bet your bottom dollar it's in the political news. Come on, man. Dude. The news media and the government are entwined in a vicious circle of mutual manipulation, myth-making, and self-interest. Journalists need crisis to dramatize news, and government officials need to appear to be responding to crises. Too often, these crises are not really crises at all, but joint fabrications. The two institutions have become ensnared in a symbiotic web of lies that the news media are unable to tell the public what is true, and the government is unable to govern effectively. That is the thesis advanced by Paul H. Weaver, a former political scientist at Harvard University, journalist at Fortune magazine, and corporate communications executive at Ford Motor Company. So he is in the mix. This guy is the guy to know. His provocative analysis entitled News and the Culture of Lying, How Journalism Really Works. Take, for example, journalists and politicians have become ensnared. Okay, whatever, we just said that. Take, for example, the long effort in the 1980s to eliminate the federal deficit centered on the Graham-Rudman-Hollings Amendment. For several years, newspapers, magazines, televisions ran hundreds of stories about debates over Graham-Rudman in the news, all sorts of experts on the urgent need for deficit reduction and the eventual enactment of the legislation. Politicians postured and were described as working diligently to get a grip on the deficit. Anyone who read a newspaper or watched the television news received a message that Congress and the Reagan administration were heroically and painfully struggling to contain government spending and reduce the deficit. Behind the smokescreen, however, congressional committees and federal offices were increasing spending and adding new programs in the routine and annual budget and appropriations process. When journalists reported on a new program, they usually characterized it as good news, government tackling another problem. Rather, it was in addition to the budget and the deficit. Journalists conspired with politicians to create an image of government fighting to end the deficit crisis, but then they ignored the routine procedures that increase the deficit crisis. And also, what they're not framing in here is they both work together to paint the image of government fighting the debt crises while also working together to paint the image of government fighting every other crisis. As a result, Weaver writes there were no news stories about government adding to the deficit, even though that is exactly what was happening. The news media and the government have created a charade that serves their own interests but misleads the public. Officials oblige the media's need for drama by fabricating crises and stage managing their responses, thereby enhancing their own prestige and power. Journalists dutifully report those fabrications. Both parties know the articles are self-aggrandizing manipulations and fail to inform the public about the more complex but boring issues of government policy and activity. It's not more complex. It is more complex, but it's not boring. It's only boring in this immediate gratification society that we have pushed through this exact relationship that pushes sensationalized media and oversimplified narratives in the news that people then get used to and accustomed to and conditioned to. And so that's how they think, and that's how they frame the narratives in their life. That's the reason why all of this is like this. We see what's going on in the media, we project it, and we repeat it back in our own lives. What has emerged, Weaver argues, is a culture of lying. The culture of lying, he writes, is the discourse and behavior of officials seeking to enlist powers of journalism in support of their goals, and of journalists seeking to co-opt the public and private officials into their efforts to find and cover stories of crisis and emergency response. It is the medium through which we Americans conduct most of our public business and all of our private business these days. The result, he says, is the distortion of the constitutional role of government into an institution institution that must continually resolve or appear to resolve crisis. It functions in a new and powerful permanent emergency mode of operation. Yo, no, seriously, guys. And it's got everybody convinced and thinking that daddy government is here to manage us in some way. No, it's not. No, it's not. Daddy government exists to manage daddy government and make sure daddy government doesn't get too overbearing. That's why it exists. Guys, yo, video's going long. We get the point, man. This is a major long article, dude. But yo, man, the news is not the truth, man. Guys, don't believe what you see in the media. It's a lie about Trump in this assault situation, man. He didn't struggle, snuggle nobody. Anyway, guys, yo, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, real quick, actually, I forgot. Yo, if you guys like any of these videos right here on your left, check out the playlist. Thank you so much for joining me for so long and making it to the end of the video. Please click a thing and listen to my music or watch some more other news. I appreciate you guys.